I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my cellar messing. Pull up to the scene, but
Spallone alongside 6'3" Northwestern point guard Tre Demps. Coming off a great game, a great win over Minnesota. It was a great team. Talk to us a little bit about your hometown.
I got two hometowns, I guess. I grew up originally in Northern California. I lived there for the first 14 years of my life, and then I went to my sophomore, junior, and senior year. I lived in San Antonio. San Antonio, I loved it. It was a real low-key city. I don't really do too much, so it was cool. Wasn't too much going on, but and I love Northern California too. So. Yeah.
What was the high school basketball like? I know you obviously gone to high school in Texas. What was that? Was kind of as big as football was down there, or not?
There wasn't as much hype around it as football, but I think it was equally as intense. Actually, in Texas, they have like athletic periods where you get to practice 2 times a day, and the scouting and the preparations were that of like junior college or Division two team. The teams were really well coached, and so it was very competitive, very fun.
And at the high school level, and then you played AAU also.
I kind of jumped around AAU teams. I started out playing with Lake Show in Northern California, and then I spent some time with the Texas Ambassadors. And I also spent some time with Pump and Run in LA. When I was living in Texas, they let me play because my mother lived in California.
What was that experience like? I mean, AAU and high school ball, the kind of debate who gets a little bit more exposure. What's it got you a little bit more exposure? You said it was high school, AAU, a little mix of both.
It was definitely AAU set up everything. That's where college scouts go to. You get to see a lot of great talent in one place, whereas in high school you might only see 1 or 2 good players per game. So that's where I probably got all of my exposure. I mean, after I got exposure at AAU, they came to my high school to visit me. So,
what was that whole recruiting process like for you? What made you choose Northwestern?
Recruiting process was pretty crazy. It was kind of slow going into during my junior year, and then my senior summer, things started to pick up a little bit as I played well at LeBron camp. I was fortunate enough to go to that, and at schools like Minnesota, Northwestern, Colorado, Stanford all offered me after a couple good games there, and I just chose here because I just wanted to be a part of history. There's really no fun being a part of a team that has already been there and done that. I wanted to be part of the first NCAA championship team, plus the NCAA tournament team, and obviously the academics here are the best of the best.
A lot of injuries kind of overcame the season. A lot of downfalls and a lot of people kind of jumping off the bandwagon. But how do you guys keep the team up in spirits? Kind of how's that been able to keep rolling? Like today's win and things like that. How have you guys been able to kind of bring you guys close together?
We're a pretty close team. I think we're all friends with each other. We're all different, different cultural backgrounds, but I think everybody respects one another. And so when a guy goes down, we know that another guy is capable of stepping up and giving us a big contribution. We have a lot of talent on this team. The coaches have done a great job recruiting and developing us. So we all have confidence in one another. And Princeton offense is very, it's using each other. So it's not so much one-on-one. So it's all about how we use each other, hard cuts, moving through our stuff fast.
And last season you were out for the season with an injury. And how would you just been able to bounce back with that? What was kind of your mentality going through the summer? Just being able to develop, get your body back up, and work out your game.
Obviously it was tough. Going through that last year, trying to play and not being capable to play at this high of a level with my shoulder. But I just try to keep a positive attitude. You know, I knew I had another year coming back, another year to be experienced, another year to know the offense better and have better chemistry with the guys. So I just kind of kept working. Never for even when I had my shoulder injury, I was still on the side dribbling with my right hand and doing whatever I can to get better. I think that's just the key. Just always trying to get better no matter what the circumstances are.
The final kind of related to college basketball, what's your expectations for the season?
I think we're a tournament team. I really do. I think we proved that in the last 3 games. Indiana we played them hard. We fell short, but with the Illinois and Minnesota game, I think we've proven that we're capable of making the tournament. I think that's our expectation.
And now a little bit more. Who's probably your toughest matchup? That probably someone you had to guard against, maybe give you a little fits in there. Whether it's an AAU, high school, college. You go back.
I played against a lot of good players. Mario Chalmers is probably. I played him during this summer actually, and he gave me work. It was pretty ugly. He's just such a great ball handler. He knows the game. Played with LeBron and Dwayne. He's a champion, so I didn't take it too hard. But he kind of
gave you a little bit more experience going with a guy like that. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then your dad, he's the owner of the Royal Tours.
General manager.
Oh, general manager. Yeah. Correction. Sorry. And how was that like? Growing up with this kind of.
Yeah.
You played in the NBA, of course, and then
right.
General manager. I don't know. How was that kind of trying to tell you what to kind of have to work after being able to go into the pros type stuff?
It's kind of funny, he was the one who he always says that he kind of constructed my game, and he was like the mastermind behind everything that I do, and so he knows what I'm going to do before I do. So it was just a great blessing to be around basketball. Your whole life being around at such a high level too, and a great organization. My dad was with the Spurs for 5 or 6 years, pretty. Time I was in 7th grade to my junior year in high school. So, just being around them and, being around like that seriousness and that competitiveness, it kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. And so, it had a big, it was a big thing for me, in my development as a player.
That's awesome. And then, what kind of pumps you up before a game? A little bit more just individual. What kind of pumps you up before a game? Is it music or is it just?
Yeah, I listen to music. I always like to go over scriptures in the Bible. Look at sermons online on YouTube. It kind of gets me pumped up. It also helps relaxes me. It kind of keeps things in the right realm as far as what our purpose here in life is as Christians.
Music. What do you listen to? What artists specifically?
I listen to Lecrae. Derek Minor, Tripoli, Esso, a lot of Christian rappers and R&B artists, Stuart Hamilton.
Kind of just puts you in another mood, kind of just.
Yeah. They also got some hype music too. Yeah, they got some hype songs. We actually got it playing here. We got 2 songs.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool to hear that before every home game.
That's awesome. Just a couple more questions. Playing 2K
I don't really play video games, to be honest. I never really got into video games.
They never try to challenge you or nothing like that? Or?
Nah, like those guys, they love video games. With me, it's just like, I don't know. My brothers love video games, but I didn't really like them that much. I play Madden from time to time and NCAA football. I usually go with, I used to go with Oklahoma State with Wheaton, but now he's gone. So, sometimes I just mess around and go with Northwestern. So.
what kind of player do you kind of try to model yourself at? If you had to say kind of playing style-wise and kind of look up to any specific player, do you just kind of if you kind of had to put something on the kind of guy that's just like, try to kind of, his work ethic or his
right. Man, that's a tough one. I wouldn't say I model any player. I watch a lot of film and just watch to see how guys, handle ball screens, one-on-one moves. I think I'm a pretty original player. I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I just I don't know, especially with my role in the team here and running this offense, you know, it's kind of hard to emulate some of the pros in a sense. You know, you kind of have to find your own niche in the Princeton offense.
Okay. And last question, what do you have for the Super Bowl?
Ravens, going with Ray Lewis.
You heard that here first. Tre Demps,
Ravens.
Northwestern point guard.
And I'm a Raiders fan, so I don't like the Niners.
All right, Tre. We appreciate it, guys. All right.